How do judicial activism and restraint impact court decisions? Imagine a courtroom where judges are not just applying existing laws, but actively shaping the direction of society through their rulings. This scenario highlights the influence of judicial philosophy on decision-making processes. Judicial activism and judicial restraint are two contrasting approaches that judges use when interpreting laws and constitutional provisions. These philosophies significantly influence how courts resolve disputes and set legal precedents. Judicial activism occurs when judges go beyond the letter of the law to consider broader social, economic, or political implications. Judges practicing activism may interpret constitutional rights expansively, sometimes creating new legal standards or principles. For example, in landmark cases involving civil rights or privacy, activist judges have expanded protections based on evolving societal values. This approach can lead to significant changes in laws and policies, often addressing issues that legislative bodies have not explicitly resolved. However, it can also raise concerns about the judiciary overstepping its bounds and encroaching on the powers of elected branches of government. On the other hand, judicial restraint emphasizes adherence to the original intent of laws and the Constitution. Judges practicing restraint tend to interpret statutes and constitutional provisions narrowly, deferring to the decisions made by legislative bodies. They believe courts should not create policy but rather uphold existing laws unless they are clearly unconstitutional. This philosophy promotes stability and respect for the democratic process, reducing the risk of judicial overreach. Restraint is often associated with conservative judicial philosophies, especially in cases where the court is asked to overturn or modify legislation. The impact of these philosophies on court decisions is profound. Judicial activism can lead to more progressive rulings that adapt the law to contemporary issues, potentially influencing social change. Judicial restraint tends to produce more conservative outcomes, emphasizing stability and respect for legislative authority. The choice between activism and restraint reflects underlying values about the role of courts in society and the balance of power among branches of government. Both approaches shape the legal landscape and influence how laws are interpreted and applied in real-world situations.